Hello everyone, this is Pomum, bringing you a recap of what the 2022 and 2021 have done to the channel. I am planning to do one of these each year, maybe each 6 months if a lot of things start happening. And well, this is the first one I've ever done, so I figured I would just mention all of the series we've been going through so far. The channel is sitting currently at 27 subscribers, which is, in my opinion, a good number. I wasn't expecting to reach almost 30 subscribers at this point of the at this point in time. I honestly thought we would be around 20, 15 to 20 subscribers before 2023 came, and that's honestly very good. It makes me happy because it means there's a high chance that some of you are in here to waiting for the engage let's play that's obviously going to come to this channel. If that is a thing, it would make me very happy. Currently, I have 13 series on my channel, although some of them aren't actual real series, as you will soon understand. And I think it's obvious, and I can't lie to myself about this. The reason that I've been getting this amount of subscribers lately is due to two series: Birthright, the Birthright Iron Man, and the Pokemon Silver Hardcore Nuzlocke, which are also the two series currently running, so of course it would be attract the attention of some people. I would still like to mention how the channel has come to this place. 2 years ago, a bit above 2 years, actually I started a Fire Emblem 7 Lim mode Let's Play. I was completely, well, not completely, but as blind as someone that is in the Fire Emblem community can be. I of course knew some of the obvious things, like what the protagonists were, some of the characters I had heard mentioned and compared to the FE6 ones, because I have played FE6. And I had no idea about what I was doing, so I am obviously not going to delete those two series, the Lim mode and the Elibot mode blind series, but I think you have to know that I was very much blind about what YouTube was like at that point. I didn't know how to make thumbnails, so my way of getting a thumbnail was just selecting one of the three moments of the video that YouTube offers you by default. And it actually worked kind of well. I managed to do a complete series. I didn't know anything about editing, so I basically recorded almost the whole screen while playing on Visual Boy. I also didn't cut out the boring parts, so there are chapters that are very, 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 very boring and very repetitive, and I am kind of sorry for that. But if you want to get the original Pomum FE7 experience, and honestly, yes, what my point was at that moment, which was yes, getting my first experience with the game to be recorded, then that's where you will find it. After that, I started the Fire Emblem Awakening series, just because I know it's one of the most popular games in the series, one that I also don't appreciate that much. So because I was aware that my recording conditions weren't the best, I knew if I fucked up, then I wouldn't be so sorry about it. The audio is a bit bad in that one, but I actually managed to make a layout and some sort of thumbnails. So I was honestly very happy with Fire Emblem Awakening. And at the same time, I started to dabble around with some non-Fire Emblem things, which I think is always good to, play something that isn't a single series, or else you are going to get bored. So when I feel a bit of Fire Emblem Burnout, I like to sit down and play some other games. For the first one, I brought one of my favorite games, Cave Story. It's a very short let's play, just 13 episodes. It was actually very difficult to record because it's an indie game, so it's directly executed. It's not into any kind of emulator, so I had to record the screen a bit in a blind way to adjust it to the borders of the computer. Aside from that, it was just fun to be able to go through one of my favorite games again and leave it here in the channel. Then, and this is a bit an order, of course, because whenever you update the description on a list, it gets moved as a newer one. But after that, I did the Pokemon Red Hardcore Nuzlocke. Just the first Nuzlocke in the channel. I have attempted a Nuzlocke before on Pokemon Platinum together with a friend, and we died before even reaching the first gym. And that was it. That was my experience with Nuzlockes. But I had seen a lot of people playing Nuzlockes around YouTube, so I knew how to tackle it. I knew my way around the game, more or less, and I actually managed to complete it. And then came also Resident Evil HD Blind, which was just an experiment for me to try out my capture card. So that's a 9-episode series where I don't manage to complete Resident Evil, and where I'm also very, very angry at the game for not understanding it. Since then, I've actually progressed in Resident Evil as a series, and I'd say I enjoy the games a lot now. But if you want to get my first experience with the series there, then yeah, that's where it sits. And that was basically it for that era, which I would honestly call like the bad audio era, or my worst thumbnails, worst everything era. And that ended when I started Gaiden. Gaiden was a let's play that I kind of wanted to get out of the way because it sit in an awkward position. The reason I played Awakening was because I wasn't blind for the game, and I understand people really prefer watching a blind let's play because it lets them, I don't know, get a better feel, and it's more interesting to to watch someone reacting for the first time to things. So that's why I wanted to get Awakening out, because, you know, it is very popular. It's still Awakening. You have to do a let's play at some point. Let's just do Awakening and get it out of the way. But Gaiden, I have played Echoes, but I hadn't played Gaiden. And I have watched a let's play of Gast, Fargast, Gas Station, however you want to call him. Pretty well known YouTuber of Fire Emblem, used to do let's plays, now does more or less basically top 10s. And I watched his let's play a long time ago. I remember some things, and Fire Emblem Gaiden is really an experience. Really an experience. It's a game. It's definitely a Fire Emblem game. Yeah, definitely. I had a lot of fun playing it, and it's one of my favorite let's plays in this channel to date. I'd honestly maybe argue is my favorite because of how absurd things turn, to the point that I kind of convinced myself into turning the series into an Iron Man, and I stuck with it being an Iron Man, and I let a lot of people die in the hopes of reviving them in the future. And well, the series developed into a whole different piece, but it was actually really fun. And that was the point where I started Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2, but I dropped it after like 2 episodes. So that's why there's a gap of like 1 year between chapter 2 and chapter 3 of Tokyo Mirage Sessions. So yeah, I started it, but in the end, what I did was a Fire Emblem 7 Hector normal mode, Blind Iron Man. A bit of a misleading title because I had already played FE7, but not Hector, not Hector mode. So I thought, it would be cool to check out the new things in Hector mode by doing an Iron Man. And I did it, and it was actually pretty cool. And yeah, you should check it, definitely. Good Iron Man. First Iron Man in the... Well, not first Iron Man because I had Don Gaiden, I guess. But the first official intended Iron Man of the channel. Then things went into Three Houses, Silver Snow. I think everyone would agree my worst Let's Play by far. It was a complete wreck. Three Houses, not a game I enjoy that much, and Silver Snow, not a route that is the favorite of most people. I actually really like Silver Snow, considering how much I like Three Houses. I'd say Silver Snow for me ties up with Golden Deer for enjoyment, and that's not something a lot of people would say, so I guess I like it. It helps that I really like Rhea. And yeah, it's 35 chapters of me trying to cut down an enormous game into just the necessary to be able to tell the story. Three Houses has so many unnecessary conversations and tweaks and teaching and side stories and grinding and shit that, well, I honestly didn't do a very good job. And it got very few views, to the point that I think the last chapter to this day has 0 views. And I think that's fair. Because it wasn't really good. Then, just as I retook Tokyo Mirage Sessions #Efi as a series, I also started a Let's Play of FE6. FE6 is, to this date, my favorite Fire Emblem, so I definitely had to do it at some point. And I was waiting for the point where my recording was decent enough that I could, feel proud about doing a series. I also put some work into the thumbnails. The thumbnails are actually done with pieces of the FE6 manga. So yeah, I feel quite proud about the FE6 Let's Play. I think it was really enjoyable for me to record, and some people liked watching it along with me too. And yeah, it got views, and any view that this game gets is a win for me. Tokyo Mirage Sessions extended a little bit more than FE6, to the point that it even coincided with the start of the Birthright Iron Man, that from the very beginning got a lot of views, like 200 on the first episode, that to me was the highest amount of views at that point in the channel. And I have to assume that that was due to Sakura having cat ears. I don't know how to feel about it, or what that says about my audience, especially considering that same phenomenon repeated when I put Veluria into a thumbnail, and again that thumbnail got a lot of views. So yeah, Fire Emblem, I guess. And from the moment Tokyo Mirage Sessions ended, I bit a smaller series, the Pokemon Silver Hardcore Nuzlocke. Both the Pokemon Silver Hardcore Nuzlocke and the Birthright Iron Man are running currently, and will be running until the point where we start Engage. I think I also should be addressing some things. The change in the channel's, I don't know how to call it, logo, profile picture. It's not really a logo because I guess I'm not an enterprise, so yeah, profile picture. I've wanted to change it for a while. In case you're wondering and you don't know how it used to look, here I have it recorded. I used to have simply the picture of Karel from his FE6 incarnation, because he's one of my favorite characters from that game, and kind of one of the characters I feel the most, I don't know how to explain it, connected to. Like, yeah, I don't have a better way to explain it. But I definitely wanted something different. Something, to give a bit of identity to the channel, because just having a simple FE6 character wasn't going to cut it. And I think the result is nice. And if you like it, tell me. And if you don't, then tell me. But I don't think I'm going to change it anyway. Does this mean that I'm going to, start releasing merch of my logo, and I'm going to start doing very, I don't know how to, commercial type series? No, I think the channel is going to stay like it is. The core of this channel is mostly Let's Plays. I'm not going to devolve into top 10s. I'm not going to devolve into Fire Emblem news. And if anyone has been reading the community tab, they know that I've been avoiding engaged news like they are the plague, because I don't want to know anything at all about the game until I play it. I consider that anything I learn will just lessen the experience. So yeah, the channel is going to more or less stay like it is, but I hope a bit better. And that's more or less my recap of what 2021 and 2022 have been. Interesting years, definitely, and I hope the channel can stay for a long while, because it's very enjoyable for me to record, and knowing there's someone there that watches my content makes it even more enjoyable if possible. So yeah, without anything else to say, I think that's going to do it for this video. This has been Pomum. As always, consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment, and I wish you all a happy new year. Bye.